everybody, it's May 18th, and what I'm going to attempt to do here, bear with me because this is my first time videotaping this stuff, so we're going to do a read on Suzanne Morphew and what the situation is with her. I've done some previous readings where I've just given my overview of it, so I'm hoping with this you guys can see exactly what I do and how I do it. So bear with me because I don't know how well this is going to work. Hopefully you guys will be able to see all this. Okay, so we're going to start as ancestors. Situation regarding Suzanne Morphew. So right away, this is not looking good. So this is a situation. This here is what we've got to look into deeper. And this is the secret. So here I'm seeing that it's involving a loved one. A deeper dive into that, it's her partner we're looking into. And the secret is there's some blood. So alone these cards, you know, say a little bit, but they don't say a lot. So we're going to go for, ask the ancestors for the messages regarding Suzanne Morphew. Ask the ancestors for the messages regarding Suzanne Morphew. Okay. Okay, so what this is telling me now is this is the head, okay, so it's something to do with a loved one, and she's sad and crying about this, okay? Now don't forget, this is the section where we got to dig in deeper. This is the secret, and this is the situation. So I'm seeing suicide. Now with a suicide card, it could actually mean an actual suicide, or it also tells me about the mental health regarding somebody. Okay, so I'm seeing that there's some sadness with this loved one. The mental health is an issue, and it looks like either somebody's trying to gain control or has lost control. Okay, and being with this suicide card, the control kind of tells me that somebody's lost control. Okay, now we'll go to this side, and we get the male card. So that is a physical male person. Okay, so we put this together. This is about a loved one, how she's sad and crying about this male, okay, that has some issues here, mental health, control, okay. The employment can mean many things. It can mean actual physical employment. It can be the employment of something. Something was employed, okay, but it's also here with the blood, okay. Blood tells me either somebody's bleeding, physical blood, so, you know, and being, what we got to look into deeper is here, is the partner. Okay, this confirms it. The male partner. So this is her loved one. It's her partner, and it's the male partner. So this tells me this is about her husband. Her husband is involved in this, and I have gotten this since the very first reading I did on the 13th. Okay, the cardinal comes to really, you know, warn us about it gives us warning messages regarding relationships and so forth. So somebody tried to warn her, okay? So we're going to go deeper into this, and I'm going to ask for clarifications on the situation, which are these 3 bottom cards. So we're going to ask for clarification on the situation. Suzanne Morphew. I see ancestors for clarification to the situation with Suzanne Morphew. So we got the Roads card with a loved one. So we got the Wealth. And we got the Perpetrator card. And like I said, these cards are basically the same cards. The only one that hasn't come out before is the Unemployment. So let's go over here. So the loved one and Roads. So this to me tells me again that the loved one was supposed to be down the road, like somewhere away from the situation. Okay, it wasn't physically there, it was away, down the road, across the road. Okay, and this loved one, male, I believe this is her husband. Okay, now the partner and the Wealth. Now I got in previous readings that there was some kind of infidelity, and it looked like they were going to split up, and I got that he didn't want to share his money. So I got this again, where it's telling me about the partner and Wealth. And don't forget, this is what we got to look deeper into, okay? So it's something about the partner and the Wealth. Now the Perpetrator. The Perpetrator is the one that had to do with, committed, what happened. I'm getting that with the blood. So this perpetrator physically harmed her, okay? I'm hoping you guys can see all this. So let's go into some clarification on the messages. Ancestors for clarification into the messages regarding. And I'll show you guys, like, these are all different cards, okay? So, and clarification into the messages regarding Suzanne Morphew. Ancestors for clarification into the situation, into the messages regarding Suzanne Morphew. Okay, see how we got the female? This is her. She's sad. Okay, crying. We got the snake. Okay? We got the snake. There's that 3 again. Okay, so we're going to dive deep into this. This is her, okay? She's sad, she's crying, she's basically really upset about the situation. This is the deeper, okay? So I'm getting 3 with the cardinal. So this is telling me either she was told about 3 different incidences, she was told 3 times, she was told by 3 people, she was warned. Okay, and this is, the cardinal is a friendly bird, okay? It's not the crow, it's the cardinal. So the cardinal is usually a spirit, it's a spirit bird, so it's usually somebody who's close to you, on your side, looking out for your best interests. And I'm seeing 3, so I'm saying they either told her of 3 incidences, or she was told 3 times, or maybe 3 people told her to be careful. She was warned 3 times, somehow. Okay, so the trust and suicide. Like I said, the suicide doesn't have to mean physical suicide. It can also mean the mental health of somebody, how somebody is thinking. And I'm thinking that with this, trust was broken, okay? There was some mental health. It could be mental health against her. It could have been emotional abuse against her where trust was broken, okay? Now here I got the parent card again, and I've gotten this a few times, and I've got it with the control. And if you've read my past readings, I basically described in there that when I've gotten this parent card, it's always come with some kind of control or wealth or, you know, some kind of protection thing when it comes to the husband. So I think still that his parents were not fond of her and were telling him to gain control, okay? Now here he is, and look at what is with him. His snake, okay? The snake goes behind your back, pretends to be your friend, pretends to be in love, a snake is somebody who says one thing and does another. And this is with him, okay? He was a snake towards her. Employment and stealing. This is interesting. Now, could be stealing her life, could be stealing her assets from this employment, since we have the wealth card here too. Maybe he just, to me, he just wanted it all. He wanted everything. The employment could be the business venture that she had in her name that apparently, from what I've seen, has now gone out of her name and into his name just recently, back in January, February. Like he was stealing that from her. Maybe that's one of the things that she was warned about. Okay, so we got the perpetrator and the stealing with the snake, with like all these bad things on this side, which is the secret. He doesn't want anybody to know that he's this snake, okay? Now, he's done this to her. This is her, okay? Her loved one. She's sad and crying over it. This just solidifies that for me. It's regarding him, and he's a snake, okay? Trust was broken. His parents are telling him to gain control. It's a loved one, her partner, male, okay? This is her actions. She's a female. She's crying and she's sad, okay? The partner, the wealth, the gain control, wealth. The snake, the stealing, wealth, okay? So this is basically what I have got time and time again. And to me, it just, you know, these are the ancestor cards, and they've been pretty accurate for me. And, I don't know. But we're going to go into clarification on the snake. What did this snake do? Asking the ancestors for clarification on the snake. Okay, the snake was obsessed. Okay, so the snake was obsessed with gaining the control, you know, over the wealth. I think she was thinking of leaving him, or she was going to leave him, or they spoke about they were going to break up. And he, you know, from previous readings, I got that she, you know, here too, she was warned about 3 things. Okay? So she knows that there's trust that's been broken. And I think this could be maybe that he mentally abused her. You know, the parents are saying grab control, and it's all around this partner, loved one, wealth. This is her sad and crying. So let's go into clarification on the 3. What are the 3 things that she was being warned about? Ancestors. Clarification into the 3. Look at that. There's the clarification, which ties in with all of this. This cardinal, 3 warnings, okay? He chose to have her murdered between worlds, which means he's married, but he has a spouse. He wants to go somewhere, but he doesn't. Like an indecisive, okay? Or like two things going on at the same time and in the middle of it. Like, could be in the middle of a marriage, in the middle of an affair. That's what I'm thinking when it's showing with all of this. And he chose for this to happen. She was warned, okay? She was warned by her friends, her family, her loved ones. Maybe it came to her in dream because this is a spirit bird, the cardinal. And I got the number 3 with it, which means 3 of something. 3 warnings. 3 things he did. 3, you know what I mean? Here they are. He chose, okay? He chose this affair, and he chose to have her murdered, okay? That's my reading. I'm going to send this off to somebody who I promised that I would try and do this to see if it worked. And I hope this explains a little bit more of my readings. Thanks.